What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Aaron Spivey Sorrells. I remember one time I was telling you guys I was going to show you what's in my camera bag. So right now I'm filming this with my 11-16 Tokina lens on my SL2, and I love this setup. I love the how wide this lens is. Even though it's a crop sensor camera, you'll figure out, what's the real range. If you do, times whatever you're using, 1.6, I think it's 106 or 1.6. One of those, you'll figure it out. You just Google that and you'll figure out what's the real range between the 11-16 and what you actually filming at. But I love it. I love how wide it can get, and love the matchup with the SL2. And I'm gonna talk about the SL2 all the freaking time. I love this camera. The SL2 is one of those cameras that you can learn fast. You can learn what it does real quick, and I love those cameras. And speaking of those type of cameras that I love, when I first started filming, first started being a videographer and photographer, I bought an easier camera than that. I bought this Canon T5, and I know these are considered the beginning cameras, but for me, as a guy that wanted to learn fast, this camera was much easier for me to learn to use, and it was quick, and the 18 megapixels were great. The 1080p was great. We all shoot in 1080p, and it also did 60 frames per second, and 60 frames per second, get great slow-mo, and 1080p, it did great video for that. So yeah, this was a beginner camera, and I love this camera. This is my backup camera if something ever happens to my SL2, and I pray to God nothing ever happens to my SL2. Now I'm intending to buy another SL2 for the backup camera and just give this away either to my dad, who's also a very, very good photographer. He still uses some cheap camera, but he's killing it with his ability to capture a great picture. So that was my backup camera, the Canon T5, my very first camera. Now we're gonna go from my favorite lens, and my first lens that I ever bought myself was the Nifty 50, my very first lens that I purchased. I purchased this lens because this is something that I learned to use when I'm filming. I learned from filming. I learned on set about this Nifty 50, and I know everyone says it on YouTube about the Nifty 50. It's like a really bang for your buck, but you guys, that is totally true. The Nifty 50 is awesome. This is the 1.8, and I know there's one, I know there's a few of 50 millimeter lenses that go from 1.8 to 1.2, the more expensive, but I just got to keep it real with myself. Whenever I'm going to be in a situation where I don't have a light that I can't use this 1.8 to get what I need to get or shoot what I need to shoot, so I stuck with the budget lens. I bought this 2 years ago, and at the time it was still around 100 bucks or something like that. And I know you can probably purchase this for about 50 bucks now. But yeah, this is my favorite lens. I use it still. It's still a bang for your buck. It's the plastic one. And I know there's some with the metal ring, but this is the plastic ring. And just like my mama told me, if you take care of your stuff, it'll still work. So I know the plastic is like, ew, gross. If you take care of your stuff, it wouldn't break on you. And I take care of all the lenses that I use. So the very first lens that I bought, and I know for a fact that you can buy this for 50 bucks. And if you want a newer version of a 1.8, or go to the 1.2, but for me, stick with the 1.8. I never find myself in a situation where I have that low of light that I have to buy the 1.2. The 1.8 is working perfect for me still. So yeah, go if you still want to buy a budget lens, look for this. This is still great. It still works, and yeah, you can buy it cheaper. Now my second favorite lens is the Pancake 24 millimeter. Now I use this all the time, especially for filming. I use it for videography. I use it for photography, for every freaking thing. And if I lost this lens, I guarantee I will buy another one the next day. My favorite lens, the 24 Pancake lens. My favorite lens. Can you see that? Is it up? Oh. It's also in a very, very affordable lens, so you guys can go out there and buy one brand new. You can buy one used. Oh yeah, and this has the metal attachment Really good, and I enjoy it. It's not like my 50 1.8 with the plastic attachment, but I still love it. Like I said, take care of it. It won't break on you. Yeah, favorite lens, 24 pancake lens. It's 2.8, so it does well in low light. And if you're getting into videography or you're getting into photography, grab this lens. It works perfect. And I bought me an 85mm lens from Yong-new-o. Look, nice little case it came in. This is one of the lenses I use for portraits. I haven't used it much for film at all, but I use this all for portraits. And this is also a 1.8, and yeah, it has a metal attachment. And I love this lens too, man. It's really heavy. The Yong-new-o, I think I bought this for maybe $150. You know, I buy smart. You know, I use them all and I buy smart. And if you guys are out there and you want to buy smart, man, look into this Yong-new-o 85, and it matches well with Canon. My next lens, I think this is my final lens. Yes, this is my final lens. Yong-new-o 100mm. Is this also? It's f2, and this is a great lens as well. I use this for portraits. It has autofocus, manual focus, just like all of my other lenses. And yeah, I use this also for portraits. It gives a great blurry background. All I'm talking about, beautiful blurry background. And yeah, I use this a lot. I interchange this with the 85. I really don't use my 100mm or my 85mm lens for group photos. I only use it for like one person. When I shoot numerous of people, I go back down to my favorite lens, my 24 pancake lens that actually works very well. And now that I have the Tokina 11-16, I'm definitely going to use that a lot for group photos. So yeah, so check that out. So again, those are all my lenses in my camera bag. This is my camera bag, and my wife bought this for me on Amazon for my birthday. She's very supportive when it comes to this photography and videography. It's called Eve Case. I'm not doing any endorsement, so if you want me to, hey, check out this bag from Eve Case. It has a lot of interchangeable pockets. You can, like Velcro sections, you can just take one out, put another one in, and just make sure the sections line up inside the bag. And it has a place for your laptop, just like most camera bags do. But yeah, I love this, man. It's really affordable. Knowing my wife, she probably bought it for $50, or she did a great job searching for a good deal. And I've been having this bag for 2 years. And yeah, it has a lot of straps for the bag, and I don't strap around my waist because I don't want to look like a nerd. You can check out this bag, and I don't know if it's still on Amazon, but it was very affordable. And again, Eve Case, if you're looking, send them over here, hit me up. So yeah, that was a glimpse inside my camera bag. It's not a lot of lenses, but I'm one of those guys that use the lens that I have, and it works. You don't have to buy all that stuff, like I said before, for you to start off as a videographer and a photographer. And sometimes the lens that you have are actually the best out there. Just don't get trapped up in, oh, you really need this. You don't. You want to start off having an affordable lens. These inexpensive lenses do a great job as well. So that's inside my camera bag, and for those that are starting off, check out this stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.